4th booster set in CurlyHairedVanguard, but was actually released as the 6th set in the English format of the game. As mentioned countless times before, the English format followed a different release schedule. In the next video, we'll finally explore the rumored reasons behind this as we cover Set 5, Awakening of Twin Blades. But first, we need to finish where we left off last video, wrapping up the first full year of the game's history in 2012 and the conclusion of the first ever World Championship series for the game. Thanks for sticking with me for so long. Let's finish this year with a bang. Last time we went over the first 12 qualifiers of the World Championships, which was overall dominated by Gold Paladin. Of those 12 qualifiers, Gold Paladin took 63% of the first and second tops. These tops were split between the Spectral Duke variant and the Ezel Garmor variant, with the Spectral Duke variant being the most popular. After Gold Paladin, the deck with the second most tops was Narukami. It was usually some variant of Vermilion and only had 3 tops, a measly 13%. The last qualifier we went over was on October 6, 2012. Since the remaining qualifiers take place before December 14th, the release of Eclipse of Illusionary Shadows, let's go through the remaining qualifiers before we discuss today's featured booster set. Please note that only the following products will be legal for these events, even for the events that take place in Japan. I mentioned last time that we had 3 events on October 6th, 2012, but there was actually 4. The 4th qualifier was in Osaka, Japan. There were a total of 3 qualifiers in Japan actually, but these events were held under the English format, which means they were limited to the boosters I mentioned a few moments ago. At the time, Japan was already playing with the latest set, BT08, and had access to BT05, which was skipped in English. The Japanese qualifiers were on October 6th in Osaka, October 13th in Tokyo, and October 20th in Nagoya. Japanese players, of course, knew the cards in this format the best, having had the most time to use and playtest with them. This may be why Kobayashi Hironao won the Osaka qualifier with Ezel Garmor, but was the only first place Gold Paladin at these qualifiers. The runner-up was Harukoichi, highlighting a Narukami deck. Tokyo was won by Akizawa Toyaka's Overlord, and Shinohara Yoshitaka's Soulless Witches in second. The final Japanese qualifier in Nagoya was won by Hiroshi Kozaki with Tsukiyumi and Spectral Duke Dragon as the runner-up, piloted by Jun Tenjima. Honestly, I expected Tsukiyumi to top more in these Japanese events. Since Japan had been playing in the Big 3 format for so long, and with Tsukiyumi being one of those Big 3, I expected her to be the go-to deck for these events. However, she only managed to get 1 top in the Japanese qualifiers. Both Gold Paladin Hey! How's everyone doing today? Welcome to a massive catch-up stream. So I was gone last week for BSF Long Beach, and of course, whenever I leave, Bushiro decides to drop 50 different cards. Thankfully, they went like ham on Brave Run, and then they like chilled with Ezel and Minerva, and we only got 3 cards for those. But yeah, BCSF. Yeah, so we'll go through that real quick. Did I win BSF? I did not win BSF. Trust me, I would have opened with that instantly. I would not be here. I would quit, and I would use my prize money. Prize money. That's funny. Prize money in a Butcher Road game. Anyways, so yeah, we'll go over the Braverin stuff from Thursday? Yeah, last Tuesday. The Ezel stuff from last Thursday.
and then the Minerva stuff from this morning. We'll also go over, Long Beach, and some Shadowverse related news and some other stuff as well. I forgot one thing actually to put on the slides, but I guess it's whatever. But it's the premium tournament results from the drop zone. But oh well. When did I leave California? We left yesterday. No, Sunday night. Got here Monday morning. It sucked. So today's cards of the day are brought to you by JetBlue, because fuck JetBlue. I will never ever take a sponsorship from JetBlue, because 2 times going to California and then leaving, my TV thingy on the plane did not work. And they had the audacity, the time I was leaving to come back to New York, a whole row did not work. And the attendant lady was like, oh no, don't worry, it'll work. It was all working on the previous flight, don't worry, it'll work. That shit did not work for the entire 6 fucking hours. So, yes, today's cards today is brought to you by JetBlue. And we have quite a lot of them today, so sit tight, grab a drink, hold on to a zine, and we'll get through this. Taking notes for my flight. No, usually JetBlue is fine, but where the food pics? Yeah, I didn't take any pictures. I ate a lot of food. That's mainly what I did over there. Storkea tree is basically green Impaldio. I mean, yeah, basically, yeah. Time for Bang Brave Bang, essentially. You only fly Delta. Delta's okay. I used to not like Delta, and I flew Delta, I forgot when. And it was alright, actually. So maybe I like Delta now. JetBlue is usually solid, but this time around, kind of, crushed my nuts. Kind of lightly salted my nuts. Kind of roasted my nuts. Anyways, first things first, we have here Roar Cloud Dragon. This is a common grade 3 that just says during your battle that this attacks a grade 3 or greater unit. If you put the same card as the same name as your Vanguard, or I should say a card with the same name as your Vanguard, from Soul to drop this turn, this gets 10k power. So basically, you Soul Blast your Vanguard. You Soul Blast out a Persona Ride copy, this gets 10k. This is a great 2. Sure. This would be cool in like anything that has like the leverage dress text, where it's like on Vanguard I count as the other one. So theoretically you could Soul Blast out like the old leverage dress and it'll count. I know this is Dragon Empire, but I can't think of anything that has that same text in Dragon Empire. But I wish, yeah, essentially. Got double fucking arms and everything. It doesn't get 5k. No, it gets 10k. So that's what I got every time I travel. I always get stopped by TSA and they gotta check through my Pacifica shit. It's legal, I swear. Okay, click. I don't blame them. I would check you too. If you play Snake, could you Soul Blast more cards? Huh. It's just during this turn, huh? So if I make my name Shoujo Doji Drunk Guy, and I Soul Blast out Shoujo Doji Drunk Guy, yeah, that should count. It just says the same name as your Vanguard, and Snake takes your name. That's actually, yeah, I hadn't actually considered that. That's okay, cool. Pretty good. Not bad. I want to check you out. Yes, obviously. Hidden Snake support. Yeah, actually. Speaking of Snake, actually no, this is in the wrong order. That's fine. Daddy Curl. That's a first. Yes, it is I, Daddy Curl. I will take that over 90% of the things you guys call me sometimes. How's it going, Devilish? This is Lizard Soldier Enjun. This is Koto Blaze support. It's a grade 2 double rare for set 9. When it attacks, if you have a Koto Blaze or a Vanguard that only has 1 clan, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less with a different name from this unit from your drop, put it to your soul. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 5k power to the end of the turn. I don't know what this would really be played for outside of Koto Blaze, to be honest. I don't think Overlord can do anything with this, or Vermilion, or what's his name, Shiranui. But cool that it supports more than just one deck, right? And it's just clans, right? And it includes stride decks, so that's nice. Then finally, at the end of the battle, it's attacks. You CB1, draw 1, and either put it to soul or bind it. Excuse me. Curly Kai, please don't. But this was random. Yeah. I guess Koto Blaze can use this. I don't know. I kind of blacked out. I knew what Koto Blaze knew for like a week, and then that one time I tried it on stream and things went horribly. I blacked out everything that Koto Blaze does. So yeah, +1 soul for sure. I mean, I guess I feel like you have better ways to get soul that do more, but other than that, like those decks don't need a specific card in soul, is what I mean. You could say Overlord does, but he has the order that's, you know, already solves that problem. So, but this may be useful in the future. I don't know if Vermilion is Cannon Blast heavy, but I guess you can use this to draw and get soul. I was watching the live action Vanguard movie Daigo, and I hope Ushi makes a live action set in the Divine Zero. Yeah. Well, if not, I'm sure some content creator out there will make one. Then we have ourselves here Stealth Dragon Ryzen. So this says first, this is a grade 2 double rare for set 9. When this card is put from either deck or rear into soul by the ability of you, or by a card ability, put from either deck or rear guard circle into soul. So you can use this similar to Sugadachi. When you do it from Social Dojo, you put it into soul, then you can activate this and immediately bind it. So it's the same text as Sugadachi, I think, right? Then, when this unit is either placed on rear or put on garden circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater Social Dojo, it has 5k attack or shield. Then, if it was put from bind zone, you get an additional 5k shield. So, it's cute. But you know, kind of whatever. I feel like Akina's VA is the new Daigo. Everyone kind of, yeah. The friends will be an American kid getting bullied in forums teams with a 30-year-old stranger and his teacher. Sure. 15k guardian for Bojo Doji. Yeah, which I guess is fine. Like, you can already bind triggers. So this getting, I guess, this being a 15k attacker is like fine. I don't know if this really pushes Shodoji in any direction. It's just nice to have, I guess. Yeah, it's vanilla, but the fact that you can at least hit it from your soul, your deck, put it to soul and then bind it, so you have access to it later is kind of nice instead of it being like a dead card in hand. But it is kind of like a garnet, because in hand it doesn't do anything until turn 3. But yeah, so it's like whatever. Maybe they had like something else in mind, and then like set 9 was being thought up while they were in the set 3 meta, and they're like, all right, change the text on this card. But who knows? Next we have here the Persona Blast critter. Persona Blast get crit. I don't know what we're gonna call this cycler for Dragon Empire, but this is Drag Ritter Morshed, who just says that when his attacks Vanguard, even Persona Road, gets 10k, then to the end of the battle. Then if your opponent has 1 or less rear guards, you can put a card with the same name as this unit from your and into soul to make this crits increase or decrease this unit's critical to 2 until the end of that battle. Originally, I was looking forward to this to maybe playing like maybe Overlord that draws a lot of cards, so you might have a chance to see this, maybe some other stuff. But the fact that they locked it to 1 or less rear guards on your opponent's side makes it kind of tough. Tradition of giving former tier 0 tier 1 decks as side grades, yeah. I came back to Persona's Blast critter. Yeah, that's what we're calling this. These, by the way. I call these cyclers. There's no draw 1 anywhere in the text. Cycler doesn't mean draw 1. Cycler just means cards that have the same effect all across multiple iterations. I want to just say clans or nations when it comes to specifically Vanguard, but cyclers is not a specifically Vanguard term that means draw one. Cycler means 1 for 1. I mean, that is a definition of it. Yeah, a cycle is 1 for 1, but cards can have multiple meanings. What talk about is that you're both correct. Yeah, exactly. A cycle is, yes, a 1 for 1, but it is also the other thing. Don't blame me, I didn't come up with the words. The last night consensus is that a lot of these are too slow even for budget decks. Yeah. Like a lot of these where it would have been played, they made the restriction too high, and for other ones it just isn't worth playing. So like, I guess maybe this works in Eugene. Like, a lot of the decks that can fulfill this condition don't want to play this, right? Like the Dark States one is like have 10 or more in soul, which, like, for example, Barrow can do super easily, but I'm not gonna Persona Ride, and I'm not gonna have this guy in my hand either, right, while also on board. So it's a really weird mix match. Sorry, I'm having trouble saying words. I don't know, chewed on something too tight, so like the sides of my tongue are sore. Use a tournament trigger or play in order now. Kind of appreciate. Oh, yeah. Vanguard language is general TCG now knowledge language. Yeah, and in general TCGs they mean both. You can look it up. You'll find both definitions. I'm pretty sure it's. I think cycle is 1 for 1. Cycler is cards that have the same. You're generally the same effect across multiple colors or whatever you want to call it. Double R cycler, double R generic, mostly being 30k attacker because it needs persona. Yeah, like at least it gets 10k, so that's a thing. If there was a lyrical one of these, it'd probably go a little bit harder, but yeah, you can literally bounce it to hand. But yeah, you can literally double Eureka. That's kind of crazy. This would probably, if you can get a if you can get a lyrical one in Lichafel, because you could like what? Because you could put it to soul and then bounce it back to your hand with the girl that lets you add something from your soul to your hand and then play it again and like keep looping 2 copies. Because you could like Eureka 1, bounce it to your hand, put it to soul, and then that unit goes to soul, and then you can play that 1 card to then bounce that back to your hand, kind of deal. But anyways, you should not exactly loop it around, but as usual, it'll probably work really well in Lyrical. Work in Coulter Blaze. I mean, technically you can work in Coulter Blaze. Unfortunately, the crit is until end of battle, otherwise you'd be able to restand this, and that'd be kind of nice. But at the same time, I don't know if you draw enough cards in Coulter Blaze for it to warrant this, or retire your opponent's rear guards is a problem. So it's really this condition here. This is probably not gonna work. Yeah. Is this even playing? It is, okay. It's really this condition here that hurts it. It's a bit too restrictive, unfortunately. F4 to be effective? Yeah, that's really what kills it, unfortunately. There's a cycle of cards and cycle effect for MTG. This is a cycle the same way the play from drop orders are cyclers. Yes. Yes. I've watched the YouTuber who is hosting his own deluxe with untap and saw Drake Druid managed to be buffed. Damn. I want to do that for Koto and then stupid Orange Man announced his dumbass tariffs, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to, or people are probably not gonna be able to get this product, so never mind. So we've officially type cycle? Officially type cycle? Huh? We've officially type cycle enough that I'm not sure I'm spelling it correctly. Oh, that type, like actually physically type. Yeah. Can wait for 6 months for Lyrical? Maybe 7 to be honest. Just call them type of cards instead then, family or card. Why are you making this more difficult? Why can't you just accept that a word has 2 meanings? Why are you making us say this long ass phrase just because you don't want to admit that this word has 2 meanings? I play the new Lizard, Soldier double rare, better in Coulter Blaze than discard. I mean, yeah, definitely. This definitely works way better. Cult of Blaze, but English language is stupid. I agree. I agree. English is stupid, but I don't make the rules. I would love to make the rules for English. Maybe I can make sense, but yeah. That's the overcomplicate shit, man. Exactly. But anyways, here is Gear Puppy of Rending Service. Whose dog is this? I wish it was mine. He's really cute. But this is just are you ready for it? The common cycler for this set. This is the one where if you're on grade 3 and your opponent checks a trigger, this gets either 5. I think it's on both turns, right? Yeah, on either turn. If your opponent checks a trigger while you're on grade 3, this gets 5k attack and shield, I should say. But who shoots this? That's true. But showing the Japanese, so we can play with cheaper Japanese cards. I mean, if we were in Japan, it'd be cheaper, but I guess not. I call French bad, but you have bear mean 4 different things. We pronounce the same word in both cases. I don't think French is bad as a language. I just hate it when they put French words into Vanguard, and then I try and say it, and then the French come and attack me because I don't know how to say their damn words. That's the only thing I have against it, but yeah, I don't think flippers go that way as names, so you might need to get that checked out. Mind hacker for all DS, yeah, basically. And then we have here Danger Juggler, who says when your opponent's rear guard is retired by your Vanguard ability, you can EB3 Soul Charge 1, choose one of your Vanguards, and both that unit and this unit get 5k power at the end of turn. So technically, Farvnil support, technically, Jack Jewel support, technically, Astroya support. We'll probably not see play in any of those decks, honestly. Yeah. He's Conte, yeah. I wish his effect was slightly better, but is what it is. Yeah, so wait. C'est un problema de capacités. Ha. Very funny. Fortunately for you, French is very similar to Spanish. Even though you're gonna say I said it completely wrong, but I can vaguely understand what you said. So take that. Chaos support? Chaos doesn't retire. Still not Maple for Farvnil. Do we need a Maple for Farvnil? I mean, probably. Yeah, exactly. Take that. Should have gone and learned like Arabic or something. Something completely out of my wheelhouse. So yeah, saying it completely wrong. Yeah, of course I did. And this is why I hate French. That exactly changes why I hate French. Anyways, this is a VDD, a VDD, Slaper. What the fuck is this? Alright, we're just not even, I'm not even gonna like, this makes no sense. So this is now, alright, hold on. Fuck this word, because that's just dumb, right? This is Avid Slayer. Okay? This is stupid. Who puts a P in there? Like, huh? Anyways, so this is Avid Slayer. This is Farvnil support. This says that when this is placed on rear from hand, unfortunately, you either reveal Farvnil, the original one, from your right deck, or if your Vanguard's already Farvnil, Soul Blast 1, search for Farvnil from your deck, put it into your soul, shuffle your deck. So this allows you to instantly get the new one. End of turn, you can, well, end of your grade 3 turn, you can write into it instantly. So that's kind of nice. Then it says, when it's boost a grade 3 or greater unit, this gets 2k. And if you have Dark Stakes cards in your soul that are 13 or more, one of your units gets 5k. I feel like if this effect was way better, this card would be way better. Because like this first effect is like fine, but it doesn't do anything too crazy for the deck. But it's like, it's fine. Like that's, you know, that's a good effect to have. Whereas like this one is just kind of like whatever. It's just a 10k booster that can give something 5k. Like, oh. Arab's roots reign for a moment in time, so not completely different. Oh, okay. Maybe they're maybe I can add that to my list of languages that I can vaguely understand. But I thought he slaves. He's going to be a slave. Yeah, unfortunately. Avidity. There's no vowels there. Yes, that is very nice Japanese. I can understand Japanese. I can vaguely understand Japanese pronunciation or dictation or verbally, right? Because some of the, I don't want to say the words, but like the pronunciation and like some how they say words is somewhat similar to Spanish. But reading it, I obviously don't know what the fuck you're saying. So, congrats or fuck you, Pablo. So can we expect a similar support to Graham Grace? Graham Grace doesn't need a 15k booster. I mean, yeah, honestly. Hopefully he gets something. This card is like anything false advertised. Yeah, I think it's nice. People are too hard on this card. It's decent. Like, it's fine. If this was a grade 2 that boosted, at least it would be better. But like, it's like fine. It just doesn't do enough. It's kind of like the. It's slightly better than the Shoujo Doji card because this does more for the deck than the other guy does for Shoujo Doji, but it just doesn't do enough. So I don't know. 10k 2 crit Vanguard booster. I guess technically you can give it to itself. You can give it to the Vanguard. Vanguard gets an extra 5k to restand, but I don't know if that was really an issue with Fabio getting power. It already restands and has a crit, so your opponent has to guard that attack pretty heavily anyways. I don't know. Major Fabio stand here. IVDT. Nah, we're gonna say Avid. Go to next year's card festival. I would love to. I had this very short period of time where I was like, I would love to go to the Dabangasai, and then I realized, oh, I don't know Japanese. So I don't really see the point of me going because I don't know what anything says. I'm not gonna understand anything or anyone, right? So why the fuck would I show up there? I'm just gonna be lost and confused. But a bunch of the world's competitors who speak English went this year and they seem to have a good time, so maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Yeah, they probably had a guide or friends that speak the language. I do not, so I don't know how well that would go for me. I just needed to have a skill that's continuous in soul. This gets grade +2. I mean, yeah, if it had that, it would be perfect. Not that we need another one of those. We literally have 3. It would be the 3rd grade 1 that does that. But that would be the one thing that would make this a really good card. They just need to do just a tiny bit more. But yeah. Giving power to the recent Vanguard is always good, but I have no clue if that's what the deck needed. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Like, it's fine, but and it's free. It is free. It's a free 5k, but it's just like sure. Oh. I don't know. I'm having dice and get around with that. Get around that with having dice with power counters. I don't think that translates to English. I don't think that breaks the language barrier that easily. Make CB1 to restand to CB1. CB2 to restand become CB1. I mean, that's a bit much. That's a lot. For that's more than what I'm asking for, but yeah, that would make the card really good. Yeah. This is a better name. Better name than its first one. Thank you. Yeah, they say most game actions in English anyways. Yeah, so I don't know. After this year's event, I feel more like it's possible. We'll see what happens. Solves the consistency issue. Now you just need to solve the no ride deck issue and the defense issue. I don't know if there's really an issue with no ride deck, but I guess you can use a better one. The defensive issue is definitely a big one. Not even defensive, they just need to plus. So, but I don't know. I have to take a look at the deck again because you can probably make it work better with the gay cyclers because you need to generate some sort of shield, and that is the solution to that. But who knows? was like, no, Shabushiro was gonna release it with that name. Yeah, we'll see. I suggest against visiting JP on early May when the vacancy is happening. During JP's Golden Week, that's busiest. Yeah. I figured. I know. I had a feeling. Did I say your name? I might have said your name. I don't know. Hi. Place for hands in shambles forward cologne. Yeah, that also really sucks. Kind of like this guy, kind of sucks as well. This is Flower Garden Pruner, Ludirus. This is just the what did I say before? Persona Patronus, critter getter critter. But this one is 10k, sorry, 10 or more cards in soul, which kind of shuts it out from being played for a good majority of decks, I feel like. But it's kind of whatever. Was hoping this would be maybe playable in Lugia, even if it doesn't have the space, but now that kind of shuts it out. Maybe even Astroya, but maybe not. What Flower Garden? There. But gears are indeed gearing. Worse, which Vanguard plays 10 soul outside of the 2 Dark States deck. I mean, there's Chaos, there's Barrel, obviously. Take a look at them. Both of these could use these. Because you could use these. Both of these can get 10 soul because he doesn't really soul blast or like remove or call from soul or anything like that. So you can very easily get soul and maintain it. Not Bruce, not Omni. I mean, maybe Omni Grugio? Question mark? Probably not, because you have Misery Ring. I think Greedon's like Soul Blast 3 or something like that, right? Maybe not. Technically Glass, because you don't Soul Blast. Not Vladimir, not Direct Jeweled. Maybe Harry? I feel like you could do that in Harry, but of course he doesn't Persona Ride. Celestera, maybe? Lucier can maybe get it depending on how you build it. And yeah, so.
Close Hand Dragon is the name? Oh.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why it says that. That's funny. Yeah, that's true. The reason I'm laughing is because the way I do this is I have a Photoshop template and I had the folder, and I know in the folder I saw Close Hand Dragon. I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the Dark States card. So I arranged all of these by order. It's like, okay, I'll put this here, but I didn't realize that I named the folder right in Photoshop because I'm a dweeb and I'm organized in Photoshop, but I didn't realize I completely fucked it up in the actual thing. Dragon. That's his name. There we go. Anywho. You can always get it. Yeah, but then you really don't have space for Luke here, so it's kind of whatever. Can have it anyway, yeah. But it specifically happens to be. Here's Livid Panthera, who's hopefully a name I got right, but here's the Sim, close your ears. Common Cycler. That again just gets power and shield if your opponent checks a trigger. Here is Treasure Wand Shining in the Rainbow, which is a normal order for Keter Sanctuary. It says look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them on the top of your deck in any order. That's it. Don't play this in Hexord, probably. Then we have here Disher Rockhopper. This says once per turn, when a set order you played from your hand is put into the order zone, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 set order with the same name as a card in your order zone, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So theoretically, you could play this in Bat, I guess, but probably not. I I don't think you play that many of the same orders with the same name. You probably wouldn't hit it as often, but this is like something like this would only really work if like Gravidia had an easy way to play orders and you went back to playing like 16 orders or something like that. Otherwise, the likelihood of you from the top 3 seeing an order that's the same name as one that's in your order zone is not likely. You could consume sugar, that is? What are you, a fucking robot? Who words it like that? Yes, ice cream would sound great if I can consume it. What is wrong with you? I can't wait to play this in P-Heroes. Yeah, I mean, technically, you can play 8 bases. Like, well, actually, no. They have different names, right? Yeah, I don't know. You could search, I guess. You can play the Ayusha base, and technically, no, yeah, it wouldn't work. Yeah, I can't make it work. Anyways, with spitting, y'all don't like sugar. That's why you're also miserable. Here is supply 9U. So this says on rear, once per turn, when your other unit in the same column as this unit attacks, if your card was attached, it took me a long time to realize what the fuck attached was, but this is for Silhouette. Was attached by your Vanguard ability this turn, you may have the attacking unit get 10k power to the end of the battle. If you did, retire this unit. And I don't like that all of Silhouette's grade 1s that do something retire themselves. You have nowhere to get them back. But then in drop, at least, this says that at the beginning of your battle phase, if you have Vanguard with Silhouette, you can Energy Blast 3, call this to rear, and this gets 5k power to the end of the turn. Kind of competes for resources with the other promo, I think it is. Promo, I think Energy Blast is. But here is Silhouette. I don't know. I feel like that deck should be way better than it actually is. But it's just not good. Not as good. But I personally feel like that and Mythiarch are kind of like sleeper decks where they're actually surprisingly good. They just haven't been, I guess, played or solved as well enough. But I feel like they're way better than people give them credit for. No, with the way he said it, I don't want sugar. Okay, sure. Any questions? But would you still be friends with someone who causes Link Joker to happen all for power? No, I would never. I could never be friends with anyone that even plays Link Joker. I thought the other 2 boosters kept themselves. There's like another card that kills itself. The grade 1 that I think the one that gives you guard restrict. I think that one offs itself also. But I don't have to reread it. I think the promo stays on board. But yeah, I think the other grade 1 that they got from set 3, it also blows up. But I could also just be making that up. Sometimes I just make shit up to make myself feel better. And it doesn't make me feel better sometimes, so it's kind of depressing. Yeah, Soul Blast 1 retire this unit. Yeah, Repair Robo running retires itself. So that's 2 cards that retire itself. But this one at least called itself back. It just sucks because you have no easy way to get those cards back, right? You can get your arms back, but not your rear guards, so. Anywho. Here is Harmonious Inflow. Rosime. I swear to God, we have a card in Stoichia that has this literal same exact effect, but maybe slightly different, but I think it's like when something attacks. This one is at the end of the battle that this unit attacked. If it's a 4 or more, Soul Blast retire, choose a rear guard, and it gets 10k. I think the other card is like if it attacks, if something attacks and it's a 4 or more, retire this unit, give it 10k or something like that. But yeah. The one that gains power and one that stays for 5 attacks stay. The one that gives power and the one that gives power. Oh, the shitty one that doesn't play? That doesn't see play? The first double rare that they got? Yeah, that one stays, but we don't play that one. But yeah, the 5 attack one stays, but you only play like one of those behind Vanguard. Yeah, that does exist. Yeah, I feel like I've used that in a sneak peek or something like that. Here's actual Flower Gardener Pruner Ludris, which is again the common cycler for Stoichia. 5k attack and shield if your opponent checks a trigger. And then we have ourselves here Golden Fruit of Sunshine, which is a normal order. That just says choose a rear guard, and it cannot be chosen or put to put anywhere other than on rear by your opponent's card effects the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's literally Angel Ladder, but for one single card. Or I should say Angel Ladder Protection, but for only one of your rear guards. So, interesting, to say the least. Then we have here... God, it's been like 40 minutes and I haven't even gotten to fucking an actual reveal. I haven't even gotten past Braven. Temu Angel Ladder? Yeah, essentially. Or 2 Angel Ladder. Right? But here is Rapturous Ladybug. When you play a Codex order, you can EB2, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, this cannot be chosen by your opponent's card's effects, and it gets 5k attack and shield. Since you can play 2 orders per turn, you can do that twice. You can EB4, get 10k attack, 10k shield. Technically, I guess double protection, but that doesn't really matter. It sucks that they don't have like a shield, or I don't know how to describe it. I think Hearthstone had like an effect like that where you can like give a unit a shield, and it can like stack. So it sucks that effect can't stack and people can't like remove the effect. That's the only time that. Anyways, being stupid. At the end of your turn, if you have a greater or greater with Stoidaha, and this card name, retire one of your other rear guards, choose a Codex from your drop, and put it into your hand. So, like, this is really good, just because it allows you to get your order back. You need to buy Forbidden Doll for Drag Jewel. You 100% need to buy Forbidden Doll for Drag Jewel before it's win. Luxage is really cheap and beginner friendly deck. I don't know about beginner friendly, but it is cheap, yeah. Bug, is this good? I'm pretty sure this is good for the deck, especially for us that we haven't gotten the promo that allows us to put an order to hand. So this will have to do. Then I think the last card is Raffle Fluffy Sheepy. That says when it attacks, it gets 5k, and then at the end of the battle, retire this unit. But if you played an order, you put it into Soul instead. So sure. Oh no, we have, I think, yeah, this is the last one. Surging Assault. When this is stand by your card's ability, you Energy Blast 3, choose one of your units. That unit and this unit get 5k until the end of the turn. Have considered playing this in Bird. It's all about playing 2 orders and profit. I mean, yeah, but you have to like sequence it. I don't know if the concept of playing orders to me doesn't sound beginner friendly, but I guess it depends on the level of beginner. All right. Before we get into the actual reveals, we have a few things to go over. So first things first, some Shadowverse Evolved news. They posted a statement earlier today on Twitter. Basically, we talked about this before, but they're trying to narrow the gap between English and Japanese by speeding up the releases and combining sets, and that caused a lot of worries for people. So they are here to reaffirm you that 1, they're going to change the pull rates to make it sure that, for example, high rarity cards such as legendaries will appear at higher rates than usual. So the concern is by combining sets, you have a bigger set list, which makes it harder to pull cards, but they're going to adjust the ratios so that it won't be an issue, which is good. And they basically are saying that they're going to try and make this not suck ass. Right, you guys can read that, go to their page. But this is about this that we talked about a while back, where I think I said this was set 10. I don't remember. I think that's set 10. And then this is the Glory Finder set. This is the Vanguard collab, and this is set, I think, 11. We did get finally this announced, so I think they're combining 12 and 13. This is the Horse Girl set, and then 14 and 15, right? But they're gonna make it so it doesn't suck butt. and we're able to survive something like this easily. Because we're only a set or two behind. So if they were smart, they could have combined sets 5 and 4, and we would have instantly caught up. We would have instantly caught up because we would have lost nothing by combining sets 4 and 5. Honestly, like the set 4 meta was pretty whatever, and it was really dependent on when set 5 comes out. So they could very easily have combined that for English and had unified releases, but oh well. That just as a quick reminder, we're getting the Vanguard collab in Shadowverse. That comes out August 15th. You can get the trial decks or the booster. They've already restricted Vortex Dragon. Overlord was really good or Kagura was really good in this format in Shadowverse Evolved when this came out, but it's already been preemptively hit. You can get a Bellringer PG for Vanguard, not for Shadowverse, but for Vanguard, if you play certain events. And you can also get a Maelstrom for some release tournaments, as well as some promo packs and stuff, right? And they also have a reprint set coming out soon that they announced, where everyone's in swimsuits. That looks really cool. So, just wanted to go through that really quickly. I'll put it back. Sorry. You don't want to see Maelstrom in a bikini. That Bellringer PG for Shadowverse. Is on the balance, and that's the time we live in. Yeah. But yeah, here is BSF Long Beach, which was the first BSF for the BSF season, the team format. I went to it this weekend, which is why I was on the last couple of streams. Single worst glory art. I won't say much, but yes, I will say I agree. But here is the breakdown, thankfully provided to you by Fuzzy Paradox, not me. I did not do any of this. But we have ourselves here for top 8, right? Teams included the following. We had 1 Leverage Dress, 1 Odium, 1 Night Rose, 1 Dayusha, 1 Prison, 1 Chronojet, 1 Eva, 1 Messiah, 2 Messiah, 4 Bat, 4 Raziel, and 7 Bob Sagra. That means every single team except 1 was playing Bob Sagra, or had a Bob Sagra in their team, except for 1. 1 Levy, yeah. Eva indeed never dies. I mean, under restrict. Yeah, sure. We haven't even got hit yet, but honestly, I don't even think the deck needs to get hit. Raziel can get hit. Leverage Dress I don't think needs to get hit, even though the hit is kind of whatever, to be honest. So, and here is the top 4 that ended up winning. So, in 4th place we have Nameless Team, with Odium, Raziel, Bob Sagra. In 3rd place we have Eva, Bat, and Bob Sagra. In 2nd place we have a team without Bob Sagra. That has Night Rose, Bat, and Raziel. And then finally in 1st place we have Bob Sagra, Messiah, and Levy Dress. Yeah, and half the teams played either Bat or Bat and or Raziel. Fraud. That's the problem. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there is one. The 1 Leverage Dress did win the whole thing, so this might not help your argument, Azim, but yeah. I was at BSF, as I mentioned, but we'll get to that in a bit. Here's the premium results. We had 3 Gold Paladins, 2 Pale Moon, 1 of each, I guess, Crest and Crestless, 1 Narukami, 1 Spike Brothers, and 1 Link Joker. Some sort of Deleter Messiah mix. And this was singles, not teams for premium. And Gold Paladin ended up taking 1st and 3rd. I feel like I'm doing Mr. Vanguard video. And then we had Pale Moon taking 2nd and 4th. So both Harry variants, presumably. And then this new Gold Paladin variant that showed up is... Everybody box, sure. I can identify any Harry other than the Harry. Yeah, supposedly this is like the GB8 for Gold Paladin. This is pretty sure that's a new Harry, so I think this means crest. This is the V Harry, so this is crestless. This is reverse vowing sword saber, whatever the fuck. This is the GB8 for Spike Brothers. I think they call this like Hell Hard or whatever, or Hell Hazard. This is a Messiah, and then this is some stupid deleter. I don't know their actual names, but I just know what they are. So that was premium. And then yeah, this looks even more saturated here in this screenshot. Hell Hard 8, yeah, there we go. In my head, I see Hell Hard, but I always read it as Hell Hazard for some reason. I probably mix in the 8 somehow, but yeah. Like what a great 2-getter girls use one premium. Oh yeah. I have to see why Fuzzy put that there. I don't know if that's a crucial part to the game plan or if he's playing 4 copies, but we'll see. But yeah, so I went this weekend, played Bob Sagra, and gotta say, one of the most, like, I don't want to say miserable, but one of the most like whatever experiences playing a deck, because I was playing this deck and I was like messing up constantly and like doing all these like dumb plays that I would realize afterwards, like, oh, I could have done this and this would have been better. And like for all the flack Buff Saga gets, 2-0 branded, blah, 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 blah. I really like the deck because it's like pretty intricate in what it can do. I think Valorlord is pretty insane with the deck. It's very much not designed to work the way it works, but I think once it goes to 1, the deck will be pretty cool. I hope at least. But yeah, I just hated the fact that I was just doing dumb shit, right? And I would just end up getting rewarded for it because I would just be like, I don't know, this check beta, I win. Like I forgot what round there was. Here, round 4, I played against another Buff Sagra, my first mirror, and like I won because they happened to deck out, and then afterwards that person was really upset because they were saying they made so many misplays. I don't even know what misplays they did. I'm pretty sure I played pretty bad. Then they even like they read that I was gonna play Buff Sagra. They like went they went second, they damage denied me, they did like all the things, but then I just ended up winning just because like the deck just fucking piloted itself, I guess. And then like the Messiah game was kind of the same thing. Like they counterblast denied me, they did all their thing, they were at 3 damage. I'm just like, okay, check OT. Check crit OT. Or something like that, and then he just died, and I was just like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have won that, but okay. So yeah, it just felt like I don't want to say miserable, but it was like really rough that the deck was just going rampant. Playing Vanguard. I was playing Bob. Yeah, exactly. Everyone was playing Vanguard, and I wasn't. Like the only loss I feel like was like deserved maybe was like this one, cause like they were a good player, and that one I really fucked up on, and I could have probably, if I was like more invested and I, you know, wasn't like so like this deck is just this deck, I probably could have maybe won this. And this one I don't know how I lost. I feel like I could have won this one also. This one was so stupid because I ended up literally checking heal on my 6 damage, no cards in hand or something like that, and then I proceeded to next turn Persona Ride. Like last card in hand I think was Persona Ride, so I Persona Ride, and then I swing and I check Drag Veda to win the game. So I that point I never felt more carried in my life. But was the Flagberg list? I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. Honestly, I can't think of anything crazy that they played. I know I was able to talk to him afterwards because he also plays he almost killed me too because they pushed me to 5, by the way, so it's not like it was a blowout. But yeah, once I was on my second grade 3 turn or whatever, it's kind of wrap. But because they also play Vice Rug, But we were talking afterwards, but I remember they said they dropped inlet pulse for the new grade 3, and I know they played the grade 2 that puts itself into soul, and they played the grade 2 triple rare that gets energy, and they're playing the Flagberg ride line, and they play Mythiarch Habitat. I'm trying to remember what else they played. Other than that, I don't think they played anything crazy. Yeah, I can't remember anything too crazy that they played that like stands out. But they just basically played Flagberg cards. Essentially, I can't see like any crazy hidden tech. But this was also last round, and we were like, you know, my team was at that point like 1 in no, we lost that round. So we were 2 and 5, right? So. Not to be rude, but it was the bottom table, so but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was player B. Bobo Yang was player A, playing prison. Yeah, he got Exodiad on the last round, and then player C was my fiance playing Night Rose. That sounds like the good Flagberg cards, essentially, yeah. We sat down in front of the Flagberg, like, you know, we were at the table 7,000. Yeah, kind of. I felt so bad, because, like, like, that's literally the only deck where I was just like, oh man, I don't want to be playing. Like, can I switch to another deck? I don't want to do this. But they did almost kill me, right? They pushed me to 5, and I think I barely survived. But I also, like, I want to give them credit, but also I wasn't like super in danger, if that makes sense. But I did play a lot of like meta relevant decks, which is interesting. So I definitely picked the right spot to put myself in, playing Buff Zyro. Because you would think it'd be the first slot, but I feel like everyone pivoted to slot 2, being like the main anchor slot where the best deck is. But yeah. Also Flagberg, literally quintet to 6 damage, but he healed 8 and then healed again. Rip. And even what they signed up for, they were the deck log. I mean, yeah, but still. I'm adding in the price cycler, but it makes me happy to see people are playing flag. Yeah, price cycler might work. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. You know, cover from that. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, Long Beach was fun. I unfortunately didn't really get to do much in terms of like actual Vanguard stuff because I was just so dead tired because me and the fiance got there. Thursday morning, and we spent the Friday doing a bunch of things, eating a bunch of food, doing a bunch of stuff, walking around everywhere. So once it came to that, we were just like so done. Like we did so much, and then we played like 8 hours of Vanguard, and then we're like, all right. And then we just went back to the hotel, passed out. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, my next BSF is not until Philly, as you can see here. Which is the last one, but we'll see. Our packs were quite unspectacular. Yeah, I don't think I have them in another bag. What was it? I pulled stupid ass. I pulled the Marlene grade 2. So upset that that's the one of all of the cards I could have gotten. I got the Marlene grade 2. Bobo pulled the Rotovisor ride line. The grade 2 Rotovisor ride line. So that's okay. And then my fiance pulled she pulled the Luon grade 1. That was pretty cool. And then the person next to her I happen to know, or the person next to my fiance I happen to know, was Liachi. She used to stream Vanguard Zero. She pulled the Cheris, the new Cheris, the new Magnolia grade 1, and she gave it to my fiance, which is really nice. So I just have to get her 2 more. So Jelly, which one? The Rotovisor? It's funny because I have the deck almost max rarity, so I just need to get the grade 1 and the grade 0. And I hope the deck max rarity. Except for that one grade 3. I need to get the. I guess I have to just get the grade 3 rear guard and FFR because that's max rarity, and then get the promo, and then I have everything max rarity. Yes, that's the girl that blew up on Twitter with the Welsh. Yes, that is her. I know her from like the pandemic days when we all used to stream Vanguard at 0. Ripperoni. But yeah, super cool of her. Hopefully we can get the other things at Philly. But I'd love to go to more BSFs, but money's tight. But other few things for now where I still haven't gotten into Braven. So Ultimate Vanguard, which is the unofficial tournament scene in Japan that we usually see a lot of the results for on Twitter or in the stream. They're hosting like a side event, I want to say, where you can only use specific decks, and I find it interesting the decks that they selected, because they selected like some of the quick start decks, but not like Astrum or Triumph Dragon, because I guess they're like too dookie. But they have like Absolute Zero. This might not be the full list, they might have more, but yeah, some of these decks are better than some of these other decks, but this is very interesting format to see. I'm not traveling until BCS. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna travel. Like Philly isn't really traveling because it's like literally a train ride for like $9. So I don't even count that as traveling. So traveling, yeah, I won't be.
Maybe drag to Philly. Good.
I would drag you there myself. But for BCS, I think I might travel one more time again. Like I might do a season where I travel a lot again, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. If there's something like worth playing, then I might do that. But otherwise, I might just go do the usual, which is just Duluth and whatever the Upper East Coast one is.
He's super good in this lineup.
Yeah, Asteroids feels really good in this. I feel like All-Star Ice is also pretty good in this, but because what survives? Zorga Divine's good. Yeah, Zorga seems a bit much as well. So pretty interesting to see what they consider. I don't know. Not bottom tier, but not bottom tier. So very, very interesting lineup. Yeah, they left out Cristianos, they left out Triumph Dragon, they left out might not be the full list, right? As usual, I do very minimal research because my integrity is ass when it comes to these things, because usually it's in Japanese, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll just go off of this screenshot and bullshit my way through it. So take this with whatever grains of salt you may need, or sugar, I guess. But yeah, with that, we can almost get started. You can't even see it. God damn it. Ugh. I did this so quickly. But basically, they announced for English, Drag Soul Renaissance Set 10 is coming out October 24th. This is coming out in Japan in August. 2 months as expected. This has a new Drag Jewel, and as well as the new Nana Clear Fairy Girl the anime. Close enough. And I, did this whole thing last time where I tried to predict when it was. And I hit it right on the head. Called it super right. October 24th, because I figured they wouldn't want to do it for Halloween. So that's when we're getting set 10. So lucky you guys didn't try and make a bet against me again. Otherwise, I would have won. I'm undefeated-ish predicting when these dates come. All right, now we can go to Brave. Nana Clear, we might find out what that does very soon. Literally might be the first fight of the deluxe. 11 will be mid-December, possibly. I forgot to add it, but I think they announced that the anime starts 7/5, so July 5th.
Which means it'll run until when?
Because it started, I think, in January and ended in like March, right? So like 3 months, I want to say. But yeah, So the anime should air from July, August, September, I guess. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that, actually, because then the next set for Japan should come out like October. Yeah, so Japan should get set 11 in October when the anime ends, and then between that and September they should get their next stride deck sets, and then before that, August I think should get the next lyrical set, and then before that they're getting Braver in July. So mid-April. Yeah, so that still kind of lines up. They was a new flyberg on my birthday. I'm gonna freak out. Which is that 10 you mean? Oh, well, praying for both of y'all. Oh, and in mid-October due to 2 weeks anime breaks again. Yeah, so that sounds about right. So yeah, but basically, yeah, we'll get, like they always do, they'll air the last episode and then we'll get the set, or Japan will get the set the same day that the episode airs, essentially. So it'll be October. So yeah, so that's when set 11 should come out. And then set 12 would be in like December, and that's the the Cray Cross Epic / whatever, right? Might be something else, right? Because who knows what happens after Divines or this season of Divines, but we'll see. Anywho, let's start with this damn Braven collab. So Braven's an anime about robots. Go check it out. First we have the starter, solitary hero Izami Ao here, who says first the usual stuff. When you go second, when you ride over this, draw 1. But also, he says, if you have a Vanguard, continuous install, if you have a Vanguard with Braven in its card name, this card cannot leave the soul by card's abilities. So, finally, they protected the pilot. Hopefully, we'll get a new Avantgarda a new Avantgarda ride line that will have this same wording. That says when your Vanguard is a blue Death Star, this card cannot leave the soul, so you cannot remove blue sword period, no matter what. If you go up against prison or whatever the case may be. Got Flame Glam players getting jealous? Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that for, I guess for Flame Glam it's fine. She's not like a pilot, but it makes sense for Avantgarda to do that. Then we have the grade 1 remarkable pilot Izami O. I might have said Aoi, but O. Owl? I'm just saying Izami. When this is rode upon by unknown humanoid robot Braven, you can reveal a grade 3 or greater Braven from your ride deck to put a form up Brave Knights token into your order zone. So, get you an order, which we'll talk about in a bit. Here is the unknown humanoid robot Braven. When this is rode upon by the hero who saves the world Braven, the grade 3, you search your deck for up to 1 Courage Combination Bang Dragon. Call it back, row center rear circle, shuffle your deck. So basically, when this is rode over, you get a set order. When this is rode over, you get a card from your deck. Grade 1, I believe it is. And finally, the grade 3. To me, ow. Token set order sounds like cheating for a nation like Branky, not gonna lie. I mean, I think it's fine. Not a collab deck, so Avantgarde has the benefit of future support, whereas these will never get cards again. I don't know what any of that has to be. I don't know where this is coming from, but sure. We'll have to settle to lose to prison forever. Alright. Thanks for the positive outlook and optimism there, Sim. Glad we can always rely on you for that. This is the one who saves the world, Braverin. So this has 2 skills. First, on Vanguard Circle, this has De-Legion. So you can add a Legion with 2 greats standing side by side. Death Drives, Subaria, or Super Dimensional Robo Daikaiser. You can link a Legion with either one of these cards, which is interesting. I've been told that Legioning this with Daikaiser sucks ass, but I don't know if you're hyped about hearing the name or you're trying to correct how I'm saying it. Either way, I'm going to ignore you. But this is the same wording that we saw in Daikaiser, right? Choose up to 2 triggers that are not heal or over, and then 2 other cards, put them on the bottom of your deck, and search for your mate, Legion, etc. Then it says at the end of the battle, this unit attack. If it is indeed Legion, and your soul has a Isami Owl in its card name, CB1, discard 1, stand this, and this gets 10k and drive -1. So that's all it does. So you can Legion with this, get Daikaiser's guard restrict, or we'll see what the other guy does. And basically you swing, and then CB1, discard 1, stand it, swing, 1 drive, but you get 10k power. No. They'll compare it to the other Legion options, yeah. Character space is left for me to write, so I guess I'm good. Luckily, Superbaya? Superbaya? That's not how they say it. I'm pretty sure that's not how they said it. The anime. I've seen Braverin. Thank you very much. Is that really how they say it? That's not how they say it. Superbaya? I don't know, man. Anyways, fine. Superbaya. Luckily, Superbaya is a grade 2 that's Vanguard power under D-Legion. Doesn't remember it? Yeah. Superbia. Yeah, that makes more sense. That sounds more like what they say. Spurbia. Yeah, exactly. Spurbia. That's what I was trying to say. Spurbia. Pretty sure that's what I said. Y'all driving me crazy. Y'all just be acting like closed captions sometimes, because I'll say it and y'all say exactly how I say it. So yeah, this is D-Legions, right? With either this card that we'll look at in a second, or Daikaiser. Then this is the thing that the grade 2 of the Ride Line calls. This is Courage Combination Bang Dragon. This just says act on Vanguard Trickle. If you have a Vanguard, if your Vanguard's exactly just Braven, so basically if you didn't D-Legion, you can put this into Soul, search your deck for up to 1, your deck, hand, or face-up damage zone for 1 explosive courage, bang, Braven, and write it as stand. You search your deck, shuffle your deck, and if you put it from your damage zone, take a card from your deck, put it face up, right? These are spoilers for me, so I'll be in and out, fair enough. They're technically spoilers for me too, but I don't understand the context, so it's fine. But yeah, I've only watched it up until I think episode 8, so I haven't finished it completely. Then we have here Explosive Courage, bang, Braven. So when it's replaced by the ability of the previous card, it gets 5k and drive +1. Then also at the end of your turn, choose the original Braven, the grade 3 that D-Legions from your soul, write it as rest. And then you choose a Courage Combination, bang, Dragon from your soul or drop, and call it back to Rear Circle. So literally, you get to do it again the next turn. So for 1 turn, you can have this guy come in. He gets 5k attack and 5k extra attack and an extra drive. And you can, I guess, do this on your first turn, maybe? Before you Legion, if you don't have stuff to Legion? I don't know. I don't really understand the play here, but... This has a 2 of just in case it goes to damage. I mean... Oh yeah, the dragon, sure, yeah. This you can probably just play as like 1 copy, essentially, right? But, like, I guess that's fine. I don't think this has a grade restriction, so you can your opponent's grade 2 turn swing in 18k 3 drives, and then next turn Legion. But no sense out of context, this power was 3D printed. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing that part, but I don't understand the context in terms of the deck, why I would want to do that. But yeah, here is the 2 grades standing side by side. Death drives at the Spurbia. This is the one that Legions, or that gets Legion. This is Legion Mate for Braven. So this says when this attacks, if your order zone has a form up Brave Knights, so that's the set order, that token set order that the grade 1 gets you, or a soul stirring fierce competition, we'll talk about that later, you can CB1 draw 1, and if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, all of your front row get 5k. So not bad. So on attack so far, if you Legion with Braven, you can swing, CB1 draw, and then your front row get 5k power. Then you can restand, get 10k -1 drive, and then swing, and then CB1 draw and get 5k to your front row again, right? So that seems okay. Then at the start of your ride phase, if this is in D Legion, you can Energy Blast 3, search your deck for up to 1 beyond that burst of courage, burn, brave, big bang, right as stand, and then if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So a lot of superior writing here. This lets you go into this, which is, I guess, Braven's super mega final form or whatever. So this is a grade 4. You can only ride this by the ability of previous guy. So you can Legion and then go into this. So I guess you can go first, go into the blue one, then you can Legion when you have stuff you want to put back. Then next turn you can go into this, I guess. But when this is placed on Vanguard, this unit gets all the following at the end of turn. At the end of that turn, choose Braven from your soul and write it as rest. So then you can then Legion again, right? Because I'm pretty sure when you ride over something that's in the Legion state, you put the Legion mate into soul. Well, you put all of them into soul, right? So you basically de-Legion at that point. So let's let you again Legion the following turn. You just have to get your Legion mate out of soul if you only play 1 copy. But so it gets all the following, and then at the end of the turn you go back to Braven. So this gives your front row 10k. So basically Persona Ride, which is nice. Then at the end of the battle, it's attacked. If your soul has the pilot, your starter, you can CB1 stand this, and it gets -2 drives. So this has triple drive, it goes down to 1 drive. It's literally the same thing as if you were in Legion, essentially. Except the you get the 10k before your attack. Then it also says when it stands by an ability, discard 1 and this unit gets 10k. So you get the 10k afterwards anyways. So it's literally the same exact thing, except your first attack is triple drive, right? So very similar to the other one, I guess, except this one's grade 4. But here is the form up Brave Knights. This is the set order that the grade 1 gets you. So in your order zone, if you have a Braven, all of your TS cards get 5k shield. Also, you can rest this. No, in your order zone once per turn. Your opponent's grade 3 or greater, no, grade 2 or greater, EB3, choose a TS from your drop and call it your rear. More scary than pure Dayusha? Pure Dayusha is pretty old, so that's okay, I guess. So what is a TS unit? Looks like the baseball TCG. I don't know about all that. This is the caring big sister type Brave Knights, Hibiki Ryo. So if you have a Vanguard that is the clan essentially, or the nation of Bang Brave Bang Braven, that gets all the following. If you have a Vanguard, sorry, a rear guard with the same name as this card, you cannot call this card to rear guard circle. You can only have 1 copy of this card on board. Then in your drop, if you have the corresponding mobile suit essentially for her, which for her is the mid-range support specialist TS Becca guiding missile type, whenever that is placed on rear, you can Soul Blast 1, call this to rear guard circle in the same column as it. And that is going to be the same thing for the next couple of cards, right? So basically you have 4 different pilots. You can see their colors in the background as well as their names, and they each match to a colored mobile suit essentially, right? I'm gonna play it in blank to play all 4 of them. Yeah. So first, this is the one for her, right? So you can see the colors match, right? So her mobile suit says same thing. If you have the Braven collab, When this unit is moved to Guardian, you can move your pilot along with it to the same Guardian circle, which makes sense. They're kind of attached. It's kind of like Deca. Then when it attacks a grade 3 or greater, while it's being boosted by Brave Knights, this gets 5k power. And then if the boosting unit is the specific pilot, your opponent cannot intercept, and they have to call 2 or more for guard, from hand to guard. So pretty good. Again, same color, right? So this one, you call it from drop, you can only have one of these, right? Same unit. Just so we're clear, all of these are going to have the same effect. All the pilots are going to have the same effect. If you have their mobile suit, you can, I'm calling it a mobile suit, just to, hopefully that makes more sense. You can Soul Blast one from drop, call them, you can only have one copy of this card, right? So moving on to the orange one here, Struggle Rhinos. This one says the same text, right? If you guard, you move both of them to Guardian. Then when it attacks a grade 3 or greater while boosted by Brave Knights, it gets 5k. And if you boost it with specifically its pilot, you Soul Charge 1. Right, so this is with this guy. Here is the red one, or white. You want to look at the background, however, you want to distinguish them. Same thing, when you guard from rear guard circle, you pull the pilot with you. Then when it attacks, if it's boosted by a Brave Knights, it gets 5k power. And if it's a specific pilot that matches the color, at the end of the battle, stand all of your rear guards in the same column as this unit. And this unit gets that it cannot attack your opponent's Vanguard, but it can attack the back row units to the end of turn. So fuck, again, a Station's Blast token, I guess. Robots in Megalus XLR, which I'm pretty sure is meant to be satire of the genre. Yes, need to get you on some Gundam, my kid. So this is for this girl. And finally, the last one here is Heavy Assault type TS Dingo. So all the mobile suits have TS in their name. All of the pilots have Brave Knights in their name. That's the same thing for guarding. And if you boost it, it gets 5k. And if you boost it with its specific pilot, it cannot be retired by card's effects. Opponent's card effects till the next turn, and it gets 5k shield. Gundam is the better Gundam anime? Yeah. Nah, it depends what you got them, because we have like 100 of them. But nah. Power Rangers does not count now. That is not a mecha anime. Then we have one more of these. We have Hero of Justice, Brave Knights, Louis Smith. So kind of the same thing. You can only have one of these. And if you have his mobile suit, you Soul Blast one, call him out from drop in the same column. But he has additional text where in back row, rear guard circle, when your grade 2 or greater Vanguard attacks, if your soul has either Braven collab card, which either Isami or Lulu, this gets 5k power. So 13k booster. And then his mobile suit has the same text, except the other one is when he is boosted by the pilot. And your Vanguard is the Beyond That Burst of Courage, Burn, Brave, Big Bang. So the grade 4. So if your Vanguard is the grade 4, and you boost it with the specific pilot, at the end of that battle, retire all rear guards in the same column as this unit. Search your deck for up to one. My deck or drop for up to one hero who saves the world Braven. Call it to rear, and that unit gets 10k power at the end of the turn. And if you shuffle your deck, if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So that's kind of interesting. Gives you an extra attack. Huh. So this unit turns into Braven. That's kind of cute. And I don't think you do anything with the card after that, which kind of sucks. So you just kind of sits there. You kind of lose your persona, right? But there's an extra attack. But yeah, these two obviously go together. And then we have here some support. This is a normal order, so if your Vanguard is part of this collab, you get to search your deck or drop for up to 2 cards with either TS or Brave Knights in their card names. Call them to rear, and if you shuffle your deck, shuffle your deck. Right, so pretty good. I think that was free, right? Yeah, that was free, so pretty good. So basically, Braven is the Legion, and that's the main Vanguard, and the TSs are your supporting units, or your rear guards, I should say. So works out pretty well. We have another deck in this collab. This is Organic Lifeform Lulu. This does not have the protection text, so this can get hit with prison and stuff. But this can ride into invading mechanical life form, death drives, Superbia. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you reveal Superbia from your right deck. Choose organic life form Lulu from your soul, put it into your hand, and then you soul charge 1. This unit cannot be boosted down, so you can't call her out. I mean, you can, but you won't be able to do anything with it behind Vanguard. Then we have Brain Dishing Passion, Death Drives, Superbia. When this unit is placed by writing from the grade 3, you put the starter Lulu from rear or hand into soul. Search your deck for a Heart of the Future Lulu, reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. And if you did so, you get a soul stirring fierce competition token into your order zone. So another set order. I have this on in the background, but just want to say hi, Mr. Haird. Thank you, Mr. Tressif. Thank you very much. Your cards are free indeed. Where's the flame gun around? So pretty 90% lose in this matchup soon, hopefully. Here is the card that you so whenever you ride the grade 3 over this, the specific grade 3 for this, you get to search out this one card, right? And this says when this is discarded from your hand during your turn, CB1, search your deck for up to 1 allied task force. Really, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. So that's the card that for free lets you search out the TS units. So that's pretty good. Or at least, yeah. If you have a Vanguard with Superbia in its card name, rest this, choose one of your rear guards against 5 at the end of the turn. And if you choose a rear guard with Superbia in its card name in the same column as this unit, stand this unit. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater until the end of the turn, when you would choose opponent's rear guards for the ability of your soul stirring fierce competition, choose 2 instead of 1. So this searches her out, and it also searches out this, right, which is another token set order that says in your order zone, you EB3, choose a Hero of the Future Lulu from your drop, call it your rear. So that's this. You can discard this CB1, search for the normal order, play it, get your TS units, and then you can use the order to get her back on the board. So pretty good. Then in your order zone, at the start of the battle phase, if you have a Vanguard with Superbia in its card name, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's front or rear guards until the end of the turn. That unit cannot intercept when your Vanguard with Superbia in its card name would attack, and it additionally battles that chosen unit. Well, thank you. So basically this girl, which again you can search both of these with this, and then she lets you search out the normal order. Also, she makes it so that your order can choose 2, so they can battle the front row and they can't intercept with the front row. I'm doing well, my guy's struggling, thanks. The the difference between Americans and Canadians, I guess. But finally, here is the grade 3. This collab can do literally everything to an extent, yeah. This is I Shall Conquer. Hold on, is that the right one? No, sorry, I had it backwards. When you ride the grade 2 over the grade 1, that's when you can search this girl out and get the token. Not the grade 3. When you ride the 2 over the 1. Finally, this is the grade 3. I Shall Conquer the Path. Death Drives, Superbia. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and your soul has a Hero of the Future Lulu, this gets 5k power. So that is not the starter, that is the grade 1 that you search out. Then I think it's only for one of them. I don't think this stacks, right? It's also active on your opponent's turn. Sorry. Then when it's attacks, you perform all the following. Put one of your collab cards with Lulu. One of your collab card rear guards with Lulu in its card name into your soul, so you can proc the first effect. And this gets 5k and a drive to the end of the turn. Then you can CB1, choose a column, and stand all of your collab rear guards in that column. So, yeah, that continuous does not stack. Blaster, yeah, essentially. But finally, we have here True Life, Death Drives, Rerum Vita. This is another grade 4. You can only have one of these in your deck. In your drop, when your damage check reveals a card that is neither heal or over trigger. If your grade 3 Vanguard with if you have a grade 3 Vanguard with Death Drives and you have 5 damage, you ride this card, and the number of cards in your damage zone for you to lose becomes 7 until the end of that fight. So basically, yeah. Basically, if you're at 5 damage and you no guard, you take the damage. It's not a heal or an over trigger. It goes to the damage zone. Then, I don't know how that would work. No, yeah. So you take the damage, right? You reveal it. It stays in the trigger zone. Then you would ride this from your drop, and then the card goes into your damage zone. And then at that point, in order for you to lose, you need to lose by 7 instead of 6. But if your opponent like crit you, you would then check again and then lose, right? But that's how that would work. So essentially, you're fighting, you no guard, you take the hit, you check, it's not a heal or an over. This activates and drop. You ride this, you do the damage for 6, but then this says you need 7 or more, or sorry, you need 7 to lose the game. And this says till the end of fight. So I guess if you somehow can ride something else, you keep that text. But then when this attacks, if you have 6 or more cards in your damage, which you would have at that point, you CB1 retire all of your opponent's rear guards. So this is very interesting because that's all it does. You can just CB1 retire everything, and you don't lose until you have 7 cards of damage. Has triple drive, nothing else. Could have at least made it an 18k body or something, but it does literally nothing else. So if you damage check this one up, yeah, you're fucked. Oh yeah, all you and your opponent's rear guards. That is right. Yes. So very strange card. I'm sure there's some sort of story relevance, lore relevance to this, but yeah. With that, we're finally done with the Braven collab. Braven will also have its own set of PGs as well as 2 crits, no effect triggers, but you can play these in your Brancate decks if you'd like. So you can play this in these triggers in like Dayusha or something if you wanted to. So you can never tell. Yeah, that's fair. And they'll also have signed cards, including a Daikaiser that is shaking hands with Braven, and that Braven looks a million times better than the actual grade 3 we got. But yeah, as well as all these other cards come in this special foiling, special alt art, right? And then after that would have been next week Minerva, but instead it'll be later in a little bit. Yeah, it only took 30 minutes to get through all that. Like I said, the collab is not very complicated. It makes a lot of sense easily. The only thing is just that it is a lot of fucking cards, but it is 2 different decks that you can play. I feel like the Braven deck, the better of the 2. I don't know if I haven't played it, but I've been told Legion with Dayusha is not worth it. Maybe you can still play 1 or 2 just to add more mates. I don't know. Time leap, yeah. We'll time leap into last Thursday. Let's talk about Ezel. Right? What's Ezel here? Thankfully for this, we don't actually have a lot to talk. So we'll suck less in this collab. Skip the twink. Is he a twink? I don't know if he qualifies as a twink. He's kind of buff. But the biggest Ezel on the planet. You guys have real life Ezel over there. Twonk. Okay. But this is Inflame Lion. So this in back row rearguard circle. When your opponent is placed on another rearguard circle in the same column as this unit during the battle phase, if your Vanguard only has one clan, you can EB2 Sandus. You can technically play this in different decks. Whether or not it's worth it, I don't know. Keep that in mind. Okay. Then it says at the end of your turn, if you have a Ezel, a Vanguard with Ezel in his card name, and your unit was placed from deck this turn, put this into your soul. No, it's alright. Then we have the Slash Feather Dragon here. We have a Greater Vanguard with Ezel in its card name. It gets the following. First, when this is placed on rear, you can CB1 and either draw 1 or make your original Ezel on Vanguard Circle drive become 2. I was really confused about this because I was like, he doesn't restand, so what the fuck is this about? But this is in the cases where you skip ride to get into Ezel early. Your drive becomes drive -1. This makes it drive back to 2. Right? So I think when your opponent's on grade 1, is that still how it works? You can go into Baleomanes, and Baleomanes skips you into Ezel, and you can play this if you have the counterblast to give this 2 drives, I think. So it's the strongest deck and it's the most potential of evil Bob. I don't know about that. Does Ezel care about this not being Gold Paladin? No, he doesn't care. You could. I don't think any other cards care about other Gold Paladin cards except your Vanguard, to be honest. So yeah, strange that he didn't get the text that counts him as it, but yeah. Spike Brothers, yeah, it's basically Spike Brothers. Basically, your units attack, they go to the bottom of the deck, and you call more units from the top of your deck. Then finally we have Blazing Lion Platina Ezel here. If your soul has an incandescent lined blonde Ezel, this unit gets all of their continuous and their auto abilities, and this gets 2k power. This is also during your opponent's turn. So the continuous and auto abilities stack, apparently. The 2k power does not. So this is 15k on your opponent's turn, and you can use Ezel's skill, which is on attack. You CB1, look at the top 7, call 1 to an empty rearguard circle. And you play a bunch of cards that empty out your rearguard circles for you, so it's not a big deal. But you get that effect. But it stacks, so you can do it more than once. So the original Ezel says, the continuous is that you can only ride cards with Ezel in its card name. Then the other auto is at the beginning of ride phase, if you have 3 or less units, you Soul Blast 1, look at the top 3, choose 1, call it to open rearguard circle, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. And then finally, when it attacks grade 3 or greater, CB1, look at the top 7, choose 2, sorry, you can choose 2 grade 3 or greater units, call them to open rearguards, and then this unit gets 10k power. You can do that, you can CB2, call 4 cards. This guy gets plus 20k, theoretically. It'd be a nice SR, maybe, probably, but it has this ugly. I wish the SRs didn't have the ugly encounter border, but yes. Those cool art wise, yeah, he does. The blue background with the Eradicate makes his main in armor, white armor pop, yeah. Just good because I really don't like the original Ezel art. He looks really bad, I think. I feel like Ezel is one of the coolest looking cards. The original Ezel looks super cool. The way they drew the card. And then Platinum Ezel looks like just hot fucking garbage. People are reading over the banding. So I know the Ezel inside and out because I have to play against it all the time since it came out. It was this card that made me realize just how mid this set is. Spook Noise. People will say it's not trying to power creep. I will say on the other hand, these decks aren't getting support for long. I don't know, Cartoon. I might have to disagree with that one. I feel like a lot of these cards are pretty good. Obviously, they're not as good as they're not buff Saga level good, but I feel a lot of these cards are better than not. Scissors, yeah, Scissors is pretty cool too. But sorry. So the actual effect this card gets is that you either CB1 or put an Ezel on rear into soul to choose a Reign Supreme King of the Beast, which is the normal order. that's unique to Ezel. That literally just says like, look at top 7, call 1. Yeah, look at top 7, call a grade 3 or less, and it gets 5k. And then your grade 1 searches out this order. So you can play 1 copy of this order now. Search it with your grade 1. Skip ride with your grade 2. Play it on grade while you're on grade 3 because it's a grade 3 order. It's in drop. And then this will literally just add it back to your hand so that you can then use it again. So every single turn you're deck thinning like crazy, getting units for free, right? Because this lets you get units for free when it copies the Ezel skill, and you can easily get the order, which is free. The order is free for CB1. Get the order back, play it again, search for top 7. So then this unit gets 5k power. And if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, your front row rear guards get 5k power. And if you have 4 more damage, it gets a crit. So pretty decent, I feel like, right? It's a little boring, a little vanilla, but it's pretty good. So this is a Vanguard that's 15k, gets crit. Sorry, 20k gets crit. 15k on your opponent's turn. Can call out 2 from deck to attack with. Can deck thin 3 cards every single turn. Right? For I guess CB2 technically, but so I feel like it's not that bad. It's actually, no, it's the 30k because the original Ezel skill gives you 10k. So and it also has access to Persona Ride, so it feels decent. 2 copies in case 1 goes to damage check. No, that's dumb. I'm pretty sure the grade 1 gives it to you. Okay, no, the grade 1 gives it to you after you ride the grade 2, so just be good. Guard your first attack. Be a good player, don't let it go to damage. I think it's easy. Is too easy. You can call it from deck and bounce it to hand. Oh, this thing. Yeah, I guess you can technically do that. Yeah. Yeah, the possibility exists if you're a bad player. Go to damage. That has never happened to me, of course. My 1 has never go to damage. But yeah, so that's Ezel. I think it's pretty decent. Here is the secret that actually looks really good. As much as I don't like these secrets, I think they're kind of boring because they all look the same. But the art on this looks really cool. So good to see. And then they also announced this nonsense for what is this garbage called? For Buddy Fight, that some of the decks that are going to be in the collab are Tarantula, Punisher, or whatever the heck, Jack and Knife, or whatever the fuck, and like this guy who like almost looked cool, but like they made his face like a little too long and derpy. If they had just like turned his face or something like that, he would have looked really cool. But this guy, you like that one? Yeah, that's the only one I would have liked, but I just feel like his face looks a little too derpy. But and then next week, for real this time, this Thursday, we're gonna get a new Regalis piece, as well as I believe a triple rare generic for Dark States and Dragon Empire, I believe. Yeah. Dark States and Dragon Empire, yeah. We'll go up to season 2 of Buddy Fight. Don't know what that means, but cool. Nonsense. We can finally force to play Buddy Fight. I will go on massive hiatus until all the reveals are done, so I never have to read a single Buddy Fight card. But we'll see. Your word in those Power Rangers were in season 2, just saying. We'll see how they play. Talk to me when they do something cool that I like, but we'll see. Finally, we're gonna talk about Minerva. So Minerva was revealed today. Only 3 cards. Imagine having to put my horizon. I don't actually hate Buddy Fight. I think it's just funny to fake hate it. But I also kind of hate that you guys always talk about it and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And everyone assumes that everyone just knows buddy fight lingo, and I'm just supposed to magically know this buddy fight shit. But yeah, it's mostly a bit, but I have to clarify that before like it leaves the sphere and I catch a lot of flack. Ugh, I'll take these later because I don't have enough water. Oh my cocktail of vitamins because I'm years old. So I've given myself a bunch of vitamins to not perish instantly. But if I please are watching, yeah, it's too late for me, unfortunately. Mr. Christopher Fight says, I will like buddy fights, or I may have to watch it. I mean, considering he's like a buddy fight champion who likes buddy fight, I would not be surprised he would say that, but we'll see. I think we'll be doing a buddy fight watch along in the watch party into Discord. No, that's a good opportunity to catch up or learn about buddy fight. What's up? Arresting criminals or card games. That's the kind of shit you see in Yu-Gi-Oh. But if it has cops, I'm watching that shit. The fuck? Anyways, we have here Knowledgeable Eagle. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard only has one clan, you may put this to soul. Again, it works outside of Minerva. Then it says, when discarded Soul Blasted for the cost of your card's ability, if your Vanguard only has one clan, Soul Charge 1. Again, works outside of Minerva. So that's kind of interesting. Whether or not it actually works, I don't know. Then we have here Magic of Clarity, BB9. So if your Vanguard is only Genesis, this card becomes Genesis. Then it gets the following two texts, or it has the following two effects, I should say. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Minerva in its card name, this cost can be paid with Energy Blast 3 instead. But when placed on rear from hand, if your Vanguard clan is only Genesis, CB1 draw 1, and then choose a card from your drop, put into your soul. So pretty good. Then when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Minerva in its card name attacks, your Vanguard did not stand by a card's ability this turn, you can CB1 stand this unit and it gets 5k power. So basically on the first Minerva swing, not the second one. What seasons 1 and 2? That's a lot of seasons. Your earbuds have been off? Unbelievable. I'm glad we talked all this shit about Click while he wasn't listening. Into thinking that there was a fourth triple R for Stargate. Nope. Why would there be a fourth for who was baited into thinking that there was a fourth for Stargate? What are you talking about? Why would it not be Keter? Finally, my Keter have 5 triple R's are set because fuck you. Keter is the only nation that matters, I guess. Keter is the only nation that matters to Bullshit Road. Ultimate Regalia of Almighty Minerva. It is really stupid that they made Eugene a double rare when they can very easily have made him a triple rare and just added an extra triple rare to set 5. But they're like, nah, fuck him. Minerva and Ezel though, we'll make some extra space for y'all. So, kind of rude, not gonna lie. Anywho, so this is a grade 4, and this cannot be ridden other than by this card's ability. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets the following. First, during your turn, all of your front row units get 10k power. Then in your soul, you can bind the original Minerva on Vanguard Circle, and then put a card from your hand into soul to ride this unit as stand. And if the card you put into soul from your hand is of the Genesis clan, and you did not ride, so you did not Persona ride essentially this turn, or if it's not your first grade 3 turn, this unit gets continuous. All of your front row units get 5k power. The original Minerva kind of already had this effect. So on the turn, then at the end of the turn, you go back to the original Minerva. So, kind of like a fake stride, essentially. Then she has the same text as the original Minerva, essentially. When she attacks once per turn, you CB1 Soul Blast 3. And at the end, well, Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 3, you don't have to discard a Genesis card anymore, so there is that. But then you re-standards, you get -2 drives till the end of each turn. So you do have to put a Genesis into Soul to ride her, so it's kind of like the same thing. Kind of worse technically, because before you could drive check, get a Genesis, then like discard it for the effect to restand. Now you can't do that. But yeah. Bam. Me, I'm just a casual. Yeah, okay, buddy. Just look like it was. I don't know about all that. Saying this is very well could have been how they made the encounters for G stuff. It would have been a problem. Nah, I don't mind some of the strides being like this, but I think for like the actual stride decks, they should have been strides. Yeah, the auto bin would have been really bad. And also they wouldn't have been able to get extra forms. No, as much as I don't like stride decks in standard, doing them as actual stride decks makes more sense with the G zone. However, for other decks during the G era that really only got like one stride that mattered, I think this is a decent enough solution. Of course, this is pretty Minerva specific, right? Because it's easy for her to get herself into Soul and stuff like that constantly. So they might have to act differently for other iterations if they do this, but I kind of like this. Slightly better Minerva. I was hoping its effect would be somewhat similar to that of the G version. Yeah, no. Persona Ride in 5k from the grade 4. The Chalice, yes, you can. You can technically, in main phase, play Chalice, Persona Ride, get 10k to the front row. Go into this, get 10k to the front row again, and then since you technically did not ride, and your opponent's on grade 3 or whatever, you get another 5k to your front row. So that's 25k to your front row with triple drive, but only once per game, right? Because you can only use the Chalice once. But yeah. Because you have a metric ton ways to slide into Soul without feeling awful? Yeah, exactly. Like, not even talking about like existing stride decks, right, that we have, but like any future things, like if they brought a Shura Kaiser or something like that and brought his stride, like he has no easy way to get stuff into Soul. So, but something like, but they could tailor make it for other cards, like they could like use the bind zone, drop zone for some cards, but maybe that's a bit too strong. But you know what I'm trying to say here. No, we'll see. Church to grade 4 turn 1. That's whack. Why even have the mechanic if the grade 1 is just gonna give you the thing? I don't know. I also think the whole point of this is to, I feel like it's extending existing encounters with grade 4s rather than making a new deck and then also have this mechanic, right? No. But yeah, other than that, I think this is pretty cool. I don't know how this deck is gonna shape out. Saw K on Twitter post a list. I don't like his list, but I'll have to see and test this out for myself when I get the chance. Pull this in draft format. Ride. Just like, yes, I don't think yes, you can't even ride it. Oh, works well in premium. Yeah, this doesn't have any energy blast cost. It doesn't mention the ride deck, so you can technically play this in premium. Whether or not you have any benefit in doing that is a different story, but I don't know. I don't think you play. I don't know if there's a version of Minerva where you, Genesis in premium where you play the original Minerva. Maybe there is. I guess you can play like the V version or whatever. I don't know. Literally how V made stride emulation work. Yeah, and that was really bad. It was really bad. So they actually did not make it work. Oh, so yeah. Hasn't really changed the deck. No, I mean, technically no, you just get a higher ceiling. You don't need to search, you don't have to get persona rides, is what this does essentially. This allows you to have more consistent power. That's it, really. Because you get the persona power without having to search out the Minerva. You can just have this from Soul, and you can constantly keep doing this rather than having to constantly. Granted, you could have always technically had easy access to Persona because you had ways to loop Minerva from drop back into hand. But yeah, Vitava's worked eventually. Yeah. Anyways, finally, that is it. Did I actually do that in like 2 hours? I might have actually done that in 2 hours. Wow. 5 minutes early. That's crazy. Then next week, we're getting 3. Not cyclers. 3 generics for Brancate, Strikea, and Keter Sanctuary. And that is it. That should be it for the reveals for set 9. And that's it. I can't believe I did all that. Yes, guess his grader will be helpful. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a must-have. I don't know. I have to see how the deck actually shapes up. Because, like, I feel like I don't know how well this card works. Originally, when I was watching the stream, I was watching it like the Japanese side, and I thought they said like when they said this part where it can be paid by EB3, I thought it meant like it reduced the CB1 of like chamomile or something like that, but that is not what it does. So I don't know how. It depends on how good this card is, because like drawing 1 and putting a card from Drop to Soul is like fine. We had ways to do this already. The second part, maybe not drawing, but you know, sure. But whether or not this matters, I don't know if this matters, because this essentially says instead of calling chamomile, you can just restand this, so you don't have to worry about getting chamomile. But it's like the same thing. Like, I don't know. It's like the same thing as chamomile, except she has to be on board and you don't call her out from Soul. You can technically do both to an extent. Well, not both in the same column, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This card, that effect kind of throws me off. I can't really see the attack pattern that well. So, we'll see. For 5k bodies? Oh. That'd be silly. That would benefit no one. I literally just bird and that's it. There's Mr. Frosty. Sorry, Softy. Sorry. Chocolate popsicle. I would. Chocolate popsicle? But almonds? What the fuck does that even mean? What is a pops? Isn't a popsicle just frozen? Like the frozen shit on a stick? How do I put almonds on that? Isn't that? What are you talking about? Oh, I don't understand. What is it? How do you get a chocolate popsicle? Let alone with almonds in it. Doesn't make sense to me. When I think popsicle, I think like frozen corn syrup, like something fruity or something like that. So I don't know what you're talking about. I've been ice cream for 4 years. I don't know how it works. Clearly, whatever the fuck that is. I've been eating. I've actually had a lot of ice cream in California, so I should not get ice cream outside. I guess we can go for maybe another half hour. That gives us maybe time for 1 game in Deer Days. I forgot what I was playing the last time. Or what I built the last time. So we can pause this. And here. Where's the sim? Yeah, 100%. Having a blood sugar test comes in the doctor and say, okay, you can have ice cream again. Outdated? Oh, I feel like she's actually pretty solid. I feel like Minerva right now is pretty Have to clear this playlist because this has a bunch of happy riding music I can't play on stream. Otherwise, I will get shot in the face, and really like it when I get shot in the face. Kind of hurts. To be dubs. There was a Deer Days update apparently, but it didn't actually do anything. It just fixed. It wasn't like a major update. It just fixed some things. Nothing too major. Let's go over here. I guess we just use the game audio for the game music. What I'm trying to say. Just do that. Oh my god. I think I already did Astrum, right? Yeah, I've tried to play Astrum on stream already. Don't mind that. You actually have to delete that. I already just made that to grab the asset. Resorga mask. So I can delete this. This and this, because they're literally just cards with random shit in them that I created just to get the image. I think this is an actual deck because I needed to get footage for a history video, so I guess I can keep it. Ah, Wellstra! That's what I was playing last time I was playing this. Yeah, we can play Wellstra. Let's try that. Whoops. Got evidence that Zorga exists, regretfully. I guess we can just do that. A better treatment than Ezel? I mean, I don't think Ezel's bad. I feel like they're both pretty good. Again, they're not as good as like what's his name? Buffsagra, right? They're not Buffsagra good, if that's what you're trying to compare it to. But I think they're pretty good. I can build Minerva really quickly. I don't even remember what she's built. Big Bastion. I would rather play in my own feces. If I'm being honest with you. Yeah, that's a good point. I could. I only have grade 3 selected. Maybe I only have selected. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I have a lot of CP because I built something recently. Well, a lot of CP. Still before this and down the right line. Is now. All right, that's how you can. I was wondering. I was gonna say, how do you do this again? Where you can do the name? Yeah. I think we can play this. Play a bunch of this. Definitely 4 of this. This doesn't do anything with her, but sure. And then there's just a bunch of generics. Complete until you vote in number 69. Sadly, I do not have 69. I have some dinner here, which is going to be some talk about for the night. Hope you have a good shift, buddy. Aragon. I don't think he plays Aragon. This heal. Let's heal. Right. And then use and use the horse because I like the horse. And then generics, which is just this guy and this girl. Voila, that's Minerva. Now let's change some accessories here. Who use Minerva? I guess we can use Hikari. Seems close enough. This one. This one. She's like ish. That one, I guess I don't know. Sure, Mirage. Sub sleeves. I don't like the same deck I'm playing as my sleeves. But I have to. You. Rude. Shut up. This one. And finally for the deck holder, we can do. There we go. Someday I will name all of my decks, but I typically fight or play on the Steam Deck. I cannot name anything there because otherwise the game crashes. Not crashes, I just can't do anything. Alright. Oh, you really don't need Caterpillar for Ezreal? I don't know. I guess maybe Paragon would be useful. I don't know. Tetrapulse kind of Tetrapult synergizes because you play orders. We'll pick the failed accessories for a Java products transfer. I'm rude. I like the fact that Cutter Pile is being forced into 95% of Cutter decks. That seems highly inaccurate though. There's only like 3 decks that make use of quote unquote Cutter Pile. Yeah, you do have free will. You can cards. You can't put the cards you want in your deck, right? I'm making a mess here. So
能力発動 セットオーダー能力発動能力発動ターン終了私のターンドローライドエネルギージェネレーターをセット
Forgot I muted myself to vacuum. You guys didn't hear me bitch about the guy or my opponent constantly showing me their cards. Oh. I'm trying to eat and vacuum. They're all like, hey, look at this torrential research. Hey, look at this torrential research. Hey, look at this top 5. Please confirm.
ノーガードドライブチェックダメージチェックヒールトリガーパワープラスターンエンド私のターンドロー
Now, that is just gonna ask you. It's gonna ask the player to resolve the effects, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything to that opponent.
能力発動
Okay. Substance consumed. Yeah, that's great. And they're gonna do it again. I'm gonna rest that first. Sure. That's fine. It really matters, but sure.
セットオーダー能力発動
Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. Well, thanks for not checking that OT on me. Yep. If you want to MC your own back row, yeah. Trust me, I do, because I've played every single one of them. I've played every single GBA Yu-Gi-Oh game that's ever existed. I guess we can do a one to pass here. Discard the extra Angelica. Possibly get it back. That collection thing? Yeah, I did play that. And then it like corrupted the device that I was using. It just completely corrupted the file. The file got completely corrupted. It was insane. I don't know what happened. had to format the entire device I was using to play this game on. Let's do this first. Top 5, put 2 into Soul. We could technically put this, and I guess this, because we can get that Minerva out from Soul. Whoops, don't want to do that. I mean, I could technically do that, actually. Discard her again next turn. Yeah, totally Konami's fault. Not mine. I did not do anything nefarious with the game. No, 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 no. How's your effect again? It's CB1, Soul Blast 1, Brawl, and then call something, yeah. So I could have used that if I had the counter blast, but I do not. Yeah, I'm assuming they'll take this because they want the counter blast. If I could check a crit, that would have been great. Kadi's hands are really tiny. I don't know if I can play with her as my like character. Her hands are super tiny. I don't like that. They look like freakishly tiny in that image there. But all right, now this is unfortunately gonna take a bit. As much as I like playing this deck, I don't like that you have to shuffle like a jillion times to get anything done. Depending on if they have another order, I guess, which they do. They'll play this again. You have to Goblin hands, yeah, essentially, because you have to shuffle when you search the order, and then you have to play the order, shuffle again. You have to do that probably 3 times. 3 times each, so that's 6 times shuffling. So kind of annoying. And then you play Boulder Raid. Shuffle again for Boulder Raid. So. But then on top of that, they have to resolve like 100 effects because they have to use Arkwright's effect to put stuff drop into Order Zone. They have to rest a bunch of orders to put their monsters in, so they have to activate like 100 effects here. Sorry, so I ate a we brought back donuts from LA.
And I ate one this morning. It was good.
But like I got the crumbs everywhere. And I was like, oh, I'll clean that up later. And then I grabbed the napkin that I ate the donut on to clean my hands from these tacos. And I did like this and opened it, and then all the crumbs fell everywhere, and I was just like, great. More of a disgusting mess. Well, not like disgusting, but I feel disgusting because it's mess everywhere. So just to vacuum that to get it out of the way. Have ants? No, did not have ants, thankfully. We do not have ants in this house. Knock on every piece of wood. We'll guard this. Probably guard this too. Take the Vanguard, they'll check a crit. Because they could just pass turn, but like, why would you not attack Vanguard? Actually, I don't need to do that. I could technically throw this away because she's kind of useless right now, but let's call back, yeah. That seems like a waste, but this doesn't get crit until I'm grade 3. So at this point, guarding an attack is just 1 damage, so it doesn't really matter what I use to guard to an extent. And this has to resolve. Should get like. I wish I could put the camera like in front of me, and then put like the screen like here, so I can look like this, right? So I can look straight. So I hate having to like look down like this the whole time. That's where my monitor is. Okay. But I can't like raise the monitor any higher because then, you know, you can't see anything because it'll block the camera. I have to get like a lens that's like super like pulled back or something, so I can put it here so you don't just see fucking my fat double chin from like the bottom or something like that. It's just zoomed in here. So if I put it in front here, you can actually see me well. Sucks, would have liked to have seen that earlier, but okay. That's kind of sucks too, because I have one in soul, but I can get it back, because I believe this lets you get it back. Yeah, so I can play this, draw one, Soul Blast out Minerva, and then put Chamomile to soul, get Minerva into hand to Persona Ride with her. But I can use all this CB. Because I need CB1 for Minerva, and I need CB1 for Chamomile, and I need CB1 for this, right? So you can take this, go to 4. Once I check a heal or defensive. Actually, no, defensive doesn't matter because I have Bubble Mine. Hot chain action, yeah. But we'll see. I haven't changed my setup in a while, so that's been working, but would not mind maybe changing it. I could PG this, but I might as well get the CB. That's just how this deck works. Wish they would stop going into damage, but that's fine. I just want a rear guard to be able to attack in with. That's not just my Vanguard next turn, but it's fine. So I have 4 damage here. Oh my god, not the PG. Okay. Let's go. This. Let's do this first. Maybe I should have done this first. Maybe I should have drawn first. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He's there. E3, because I have nothing else at EBs right now unless I draw to the Bardic, which would suck. Into this, which is kind of whatever. Oh yeah, I could do this first, I guess, to ensure that what I draw is decent, and then I can call this out. Which I guess is fine. Because I always forget to do this effect. So I'll look at the top card. It sucks. I'm just gonna draw it. I guess leave it on top. So what I can do is call it back row. Don't soul charge. I can move this up. I can put that into soul. I could call this in the other column, but yeah, that all seems stupid. So I can move this up. Alright, I have that in soul. I can call this, but I don't see the point in calling this right now. I can call this here, not use this effect, and then just call Chamomile here and just do 3 attacks this turn, or 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks this turn. Unfortunately, because I just did not see any of the pieces that I need to do anything with. And then they'll probably PG. Well, actually, I don't think I saw them get any PGs. Not that I've been paying attention, but I don't think I saw them get any of their PGs. I should have maybe not boosted for this attack, but oh well. If they no guard, I hit crit. They're gonna laugh. But I have decked in quite a bit, right? I'm gonna do a okay. 2 to pass. Okay. Okay. I'm a restanding Vanguard though, so I'm gonna put it on Vanguard anyways. And that's that's really stupid if they don't heal out of this.
ヒールトリガー
Okay, there we go. Ah, it doesn't activate. Because they pushed me. Oh my god. I would uninstall. I would uninstall if this happened to
ダ
me.
メージチェック
If I set everything, I pushed my opponent to 5, had everything set up, and then they just happened to check crit
オ
crit.
ーバートリガー
Okay, they checked over. Okay. I can still check mine.
パワープラス
A little funny. But, okay. Believe that. Put this into hand. I didn't even know that's karma because I asked for that, to be honest. I want to Soul Blast out this. I guess I can bounce this to hand later. I don't want to do this one yet. Then I can discard this.
シル発動
So that's the big difference, is that the Great Four you don't have to discard, but you have to put a card into hand anyway, so it's kind of whatever. So then now we can CB1. Actually, I don't even know why I did this. I guess I could swing into Bulba Mine and put her back into Soul. I forgot they checked the ulti when I was Soul Blasting, but whatever.
ヴァンガードのアタック
Now if I check ulti, of course, you know, they die, but
ノーガード
they're gonna risk the no guard. Please don't be LT. Okay. As hilarious as that would have been. Is Samuel's triple wear in Vanguard? Yeah, I remember that. Hopefully this doesn't have to attack Vanguard. Okay, yeah.
リアガード
So
のア
we'll
タ
swing
ッ
into
ク
this. Did lose the 5k unfortunately,
ノ
but
ーガード
literally doesn't matter. These two into Soul, so I can use Samuel next turn. And then I can add Persona right back to hand. So that's what I'm saying, like,
私のターン
I don't know how I feel about the grade 4, because like you can already recycle Persona rides. So that's kind of whatever. Final turn. I have all of my PGs in hand.
ペルソナライト
What? What do you mean final turn? Okay. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4 PGs. That's why I haven't been able to do anything, because I have all of them in hand. But alright, go off.
能力発動
Yeah, that's true. They lost their LT. I don't have to worry about that. Just wanted the badass music. Yeah, they're probably just like, this is it, no matter what. Because I mean, next turn I don't do anything too crazy, but I do have access to Persona Ride, and this. I'll have 15k to front row, and I have a Chamomile, so I have at least 3 attacks, 4 with the Angelica, right? So I do have a decent turn next. But I guess it depends on what I lose from. I guess I'm fine, to be honest, because I can discard this, discard this, discard this for PG, and I can take 1. But then
発動
I have to discard one of my pieces that I want to use, unfortunately. Declare his 3 points, that's true. But I get points, I get extra points if they fail. If they fail their final turn, I get extra points. And then if I declare final turn and I win, I get extra points. So
能力発動
they're just trying to help me out, I guess. But I just don't see how you could win from this position without the OT. But Mega Man reboot, yeah, kind of.
能力発動
Very tired. I went today. The reason why I was late for stream is that I went to do an evaluation, tennis evaluation at the USTA, United States Tennis Association, to do an evaluation so that I can take their classes again, because you have to get evaluated. So I had to just do that and play with like the coach, and they told me that I am 1 point higher than I was 10 years ago, when I last played there. So that was a bit
パワープラス
okay, great. So I haven't improved at all, so that's good. But that was at like 6, so I had to run that. But I have
能
been
力発動
on my feet, walking a lot the last couple of days,
パ
which
ワ
is
ー
good.
プラス
I've hit at least 10,000 steps. At least 10,000 steps. I've hit 10,000 steps every single day since last Monday. So I've now today's Tuesday. I've had 8 days in a row of me hitting minimum 10,000 steps every single day. So I'm very tired, especially on my feet. Yeah, I guess I'll just take this because I have to just PG everything after that, right? I guess I can lose Angelica. Man, I was one card off from checking ulti. That sucks. I should have called. I should have called. Damn. If I had just called. Oh, but if I had just soul blasted out, what's her face? I could have soul charged one. I would have soul charged whatever it was that I checked, and I would have checked LT. If I had just soul Melissa, if I had soul blasted out Melissa and then soul charged, I would have then been able to hit LT the previous turn. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I would have hit them for 4 damage. Insane. Indeed, GG's. Oh, and then I tweaked my wrist. I think I went to the gym like Thursday or something like that. Oh, which really sucks. It'll be better tomorrow. Go to the gym. I have 9 days in a row getting 10,000 steps. If I don't lose weight then still longer than the new Yu-Gi-Oh! What does that even mean? They would have had a decent turn. They couldn't even get the grade 3, which sucks. But yeah, I would have just PG'd. Wow, they didn't even... I mean, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. They just probably called whatever. To like get the effect off. To like counter charge, but... Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's not really an anime. That's just like a... animation. It's not really like an anime. Yeah, sucks that I drew a front. This is, of course, my final turn. As... Guess me and Minerva are now on good terms. Not that we ever weren't, but this sucks. Darn, all these triggers sucks, but whatever. Let's do this. Whoops, not that one. Let's do this first. Let's see what we can get out of that. Put on top of deck. God. So annoying. Keep seeing triggers on top. I guess I should just soul charge that, or I'll draw into it. But I can't fucking heal anyways. Because I need to draw into freaking units so that I can actually attack here, so... let's use this. Let's draw that. All this out. Not when I want to actually play fucking units, no. Call this here. I do not have a Genesis in hand, but I can bounce this to hand. And then I can move this up. Actually, I should have moved that up, but it doesn't matter. I'm only calling one thing out. I guess I could have left the heal on top, but that would have made it more final turny, but the fact that I drew so many triggers is so annoying. Yeah. Which, like, you technically don't have to do it anymore, which I guess is nice. I guess I could have done Chamomile. I got to soul blasted out Chamomile, called her out, countercharged, put it into soul, and then I got it back. It's fine.
ヴァンガードのアタック
Especially considering there are 5. Yeah, that's what I should have done. Not played this deck in a while. So that is on me. It's okay, I'll just be carried by my drive checks. Soul Resource? The Soul Resource is usually fine. I just didn't see any of the pieces. I didn't see any pieces at all, which sucks. Let's keep drawing triggers. Nothing. So I have to do this first.
発動
Now I can do this. CB1, Soul Boss 1, 2, and 3. Discarding this.
発動
CB1 call this. I guess I wouldn't have had enough to do it. I thought I had an extra CB. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to do the play like I said.
ヴァンガードのアタック
I have no fronts, so I just have to check crits here. Or a crit, I should say. And maybe I have 12 cards. Because I checked fucking ulti last turn and CB going. I mean, yeah, it's how it's supposed to be.
能力発動
So that's their third PG.
完全防御
Have 1 in damage.
勝ったヒールトリガー
I'll take it. Yeah, so make this more than a trigger. Because this is already more than a trigger. Now these are both the same. I guess they can intercept, unfortunately. But we'll have to see if they have shield for this.
ヴァンガードのアタック
This is, well, this is a trigger and 2 intercepts. And then this is 2 triggers. Right.
ガード
Did we get 2 failed final turns here?
ヴァンガードのアタック
I still have all my PGs, by the way. Because I didn't get to use the trigger. They did have the 2 triggers there, that sucks.
ガード
But, I mean, there's literally no way I die, right? I have all PGs, a bunch of triggers. Their OT is out. So, there's literally no way that I die here. I feel like I might have to pick this up.
ターンエンド
And just pray that I draw Persona right. So I can counter charge. Drive check and regard fake counter deck? Yeah, I guess so. Surprised I didn't give the restanding girl that ability.
能力発動
Alright, let's wait for this to resolve. Because I have to go through all of their motions. How's everyone doing today? Doing good? I'm doing
能
alright.
力発動
I'd say that Dry Check regards the gimmick of Keter after 4 years. No. There's a lot of other decks that do that outside of Keter.
ステリオルコールパワープラス
Lyrical alone has 2 decks that do that. Maybe more actually.
能力発動
I don't know, that's I know a lot of the collabs.
パワープラス能力発動能力発動 能力発動
It's over with. So one thing I don't like about playing this deck in Deer Days is that it takes almost as long as it does IRL, which really sucks. Same thing with heroes, right? You would think it'd be faster, but then you get the prompt every 5 seconds when an opponent, or every attack if you want to use your base, even if it's empty. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I have to take this just to have the one counter blast. Does everything smells like lemon? I don't know about all that. I wish I didn't check that, but okay. I have literally nothing left for next turn, but that's fine. I'm at 23, you're at 26, you go up to 36, 46. Dropping this front, puts me at 43, or 2 to pass. So I can give you this, and then if you check the nuts, I can card it. Did indeed check the nuts. Doesn't really matter. They decked a lot. Yeah, but no, this is a no pass, so. I could literally save my PUs. Should have attacked with this guy first to make this a little harder to guard. Hello? Can't move anymore? Uh-oh. Hello? My controller's not allowing me to move. What the fuck? That's how they're gonna beat me? They just fucking hacked my controller to not work. There we go, okay. That is true, yeah, that I wouldn't have any triggers, so I'll just PG everything, but I have to discard. Okay, I can discard this, even though I kind of wanted to play that next turn, but that's fine. Yeah, this should be dead. I mean, they do have 2 fronts in hand, but unless I can get the channel mode, doesn't really... Any day now. I can show them the heal that they know I have in hand. That way they think I have at least 2 crits and a front left in deck. And surely this time I will not reveal a trigger. Oh, maybe I just have to not do her perfect first. I don't know. Move this back. I think we'll still call this. We'll not use the effect. All this here. And I don't have a Genesis. That's not true. I might not be able to reset. I should not have called Angelica. I would like to add that to my hand, actually, but I guess put it on the bottom of the deck. I should have done that. I was afraid it's gonna be the trigger, so I was just like, let me just throw this out there already. But alright. Well, I can still blast 1 and Soul Charge 1 if it's not a trigger, but I could also play this and Vanguard, but I need a... Yeah, I have to make sure that the top card of my deck is a Genesis, otherwise I can't do anything. Or I have to go in with this. Okay, fine. I have to swing in with this boosted. Put them in the. Use her skill. I have to put 2 rear guards. So I'm not gonna be able to counter charge. Oh, what a pain in the ass. I don't know if I can sequence it where I can still counter charge. Because then that lets me add a Genesis from drop to hand. But I could also just check 1. Let's just go battle. Let's just swing in here. Just gonna ask for one of those fronts. They did draw from the grade 3, so I guess the grade 2 I should say. I guess they drew a crit. Well, I don't know if she had her own, like, I don't know if that's unique, but that's the first time I've seen that animation. See if I can do this and still counter charge. I don't think I can. I think the counter charge is like Soul Blast 1. Yeah, so I think I can still do it. I just can't do, or maybe I can't, I don't know. I guess the Soul Blast is 5k. And put into Soul is counter charge, right? Yeah. That's fine. I have just enough Soul, just enough counter blasts. I just can't call out Chamomile. That is a 1 to pass, which I know I can break through. I'm sorry. Do we have a Genesis in hand? It's annoying. It neither was. Always was. But you still want to have a Genesis in hand with the grade 4 so you can get the 5k to the front row. So. I don't know how I feel about this win, because like I just fucking... I want to say I luck sacked, but I also deck thinned a lot and manipulated the top card of my deck a lot. And I needed to check ulti to survive. I didn't. Right, I just happened to check ulti to survive. Like, that was just like a plus. Oh. That was definitely a game of all time. Oh, that was indeed a game, yeah. But alright, so that's what Minerva looks like now. You know, it doesn't really... The grade 4 doesn't change too much. I feel like the grade 2 is more impactful than the actual grade 4. To be honest, the only thing the grade 4 would have done in that situation is I would have had the extra power without persona writing, right? That's really how I see it. So yeah, I did indeed sack like crazy. The grade 2 I feel like is what really changes stuff up. So I feel like that's maybe the bigger focus. Why is the go live button? Like I've been stream. Am I crazy? Have I not been streaming this whole time? Why is the go live button like not? Oh, whatever. Anyways. We'll be back probably Thursday. Yeah, it should be Thursday to talk about new Alice piece and the 2 new generics. Hopefully I can use them in barrel. But thank you all for coming out today. Sorry for it being so late or later than usual. Things should be back to normal after this week. Uploads should start after this week as well, God willing. But till Thursday, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves. Yeah.